Welcome to the Lights Lounge, your weekly home for all things Las Vegas Lights FC. We're here every single week in 2025 for a deeper dive into everything that happens on the pitch, including match previews and analysis alongside a new guest every single week. Next up, the Lights have back-to-back home games against NCFC and Lexington that look increasingly critical to the team's playoff hopes. Meanwhile, the transformation under new head coach Devin Rinsing continues after another encouraging result, this time a 2-2 draw away at New Mexico after a 1-1 draw in his debut match. So alongside me today to chat about all of this is a player that's ascended into a starting role from a super sub in both of those matches under Rinsing, Nighte Pickering. Nighte, welcome to the lounge.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, let's do it. We were talking about getting through every player on the roster, and I've been wanting to do this episode with you for a while, and I was just waiting for you to score another clutch goal.
Yeah, just waiting for it.
Got one against New Mexico.
Yep.
First off, talk to me about that goal. We talked a little bit about it after the game in our media availability. Talked about dummying that player to the front post, but just walk me through how that goal developed.
I mean, it kind of developed out of nothing a little bit. Like the ball came all the way from Tony, I think, and like they were attacking us, and then he cleared it, and it's just one of those ones that Johnny didn't give up on. Put his shoulder into the defender a little bit, popped out to him, and honestly, that was the easiest goal I've scored in my career. Like just a little tap in the middle of the goal, pretty easy. Yeah,
absolutely. But I do feel like it is indicative of. You watch that goal and it looks very easy because it is just tap in. So the actual act of the goal, but the setup of that is a little bit of what it means to be a striker, right? It's like how you set up the defender in order to have tap ins like that inside the box.
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, I tried to take the defender forward and then go around him, which is what you have to do. Like the higher you get up in the levels, because when you're young, like defenders don't really get into your body like that. But now it's like all a game before the ball's coming in. So like I tried to make that run to the near post first, knowing the defender was going to come into me, and he got into the contact towards me, and then I tried to just push him off a little bit, and that created the space for me to get the ball. So yeah, it's like you said, like a lot of the movement off the ball is what is most important for the striker, because you barely touch the ball as a striker a lot of the time.
Yeah. What does it feel like to score a goal like that? I mean, I think games like that, especially New Mexico had over 11,000 people in the stadium.
Yeah.
That's becoming a bit of a rivalry, so it's heated. It was a late goal. At the time, it looked like it might be a match winner. I mean, what do you just like, does your brain shut off when you score a goal like that?
Yeah, honestly, it does. I just love scoring goals. Like, it's what I live for my whole life. Like, especially like you said, big games like that where you can hear the fans, it definitely gets to your head a little bit more. Like the adrenaline after the goal, you don't even feel anything else. You're just hyped from the goal. And that's what I live for. I mean, my favorite thing in the sport is to score goals.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's sick, and it was enjoyable, I think, at New Mexico for me too. Just like when you have that much energy in the stadium, it just gives you a little extra adrenaline boost, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, at the time, it was a really, really important goal for us. I mean, I knew we were down a man, or we were up a man. They were down a man. And to get that one goal to make it 2-1 felt like the dagger, and felt like it should have been our game. Obviously, it didn't end up going that way, but in the moment, unbelievable feeling.
Yeah, speaking of that, we had you for media availability after the game, and at the time you were really disappointed, and you kind of expressed the disappointment that, like, oh, we really shouldn't lose that game.
Yeah.
Now that you have a little bit more emotional distance from it, maybe you've watched the game back, analyzed it in film, how do you feel about the end of that game and how the team managed that final 20 minutes?
I mean, we didn't manage it well. Yeah. Still disappointed this week because we're 5 points away from a playoff spot. If we get those extra 2 points, we're 3 points away with it, which is just one win. And like, it's just disappointing to give up games like that. Because we should do a better job managing that game, whether it's keeping the ball or just being more solid under the pressure that they're putting on us. Because like in a game like that, when we're at the point we're at in the table, like shouldn't be giving up 3 points there to just come out with one.
Yeah, I mean, 3 points I think are increasingly critical. There's 10 games left. Only 4 of those are at home, and 2 of them are the next 2 matches. Does that make these next 2 matches must-win matches?
Yeah.
Are we in that territory
I
yet?
mean, I think every game is a must-win match in our mind right now. Like, we only have 10 games left, and you don't know what else everyone else is going to do in the league. Like, who knows if the people we're competing with for a playoff spot are winning a lot of games. So every game we got to go into is at least to get a point, but to get 3 out of every game.
Yeah, let's talk about Devin Rinsing a little bit. Over these 2 weeks now, 2 games, some full training sessions, what's been your initial impression of how he operates?
I mean, he just operates different than what we've been on. We've been on the Italian coaching throughout this year with Antonio, and then we had Gio as well. And he's just a more American style coach. He brings like a intensity, more competing and training every day, which is definitely harder on our bodies, but it's better for our mind and our mentality. And I think we've seen it the last 2 games, like coming out with 2 ties. It's not the best, but on the way we were going this season, like that's what you want to see out of your team, like 2 shifts from everybody in both those games to come out with two points only. Doesn't sound like the best, but you watch those games, like everyone put their bodies on the line, everyone's working hard. And that's what he wants from the team. And every week you're going to have to put that in to get in the team for him. And it definitely motivates you.
Yeah, I think that's what the fans want to see too. Like, regardless of the result, they want to see a performance that they can believe in and be excited about. And it looks like you guys as the players believe in and are excited about playing every day, which maybe wasn't the case in some more recent matches.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I think you could definitely tell, like, the team, like, some of those performances, like, we're losing 6-0 and all this, and, like, that's just not good enough from the team. And that, like, whether or not you have it in your, like, it's visible to yourself, like, you're just not putting in everything you have if you're losing games like that. And now, like, I think the fresh start, everyone's mentality's changed and everyone's putting in their all.
You worked with Devin, and we'll get to your time in Memphis a little bit later and kind of dive into that in depth, but he was an assistant coach during your rookie year. How has he changed since that time? Like, was that 4 years ago now when he was an assistant coach? I
mean, from what I remember, obviously a long time ago, like, he hasn't changed much as a personality, or, I mean, now he has more control over the team as being a head coach. Obviously, he was assistant over at Memphis, but a lot of his values are the same. Like, I remember whenever I would be training with Memphis, that it felt very similar to how our trainings are now.
Yeah.
The way he wants you to compete, the type of drills he would do, passing and all of that, possession drills. So it's very, like, to me, he's the same type of guy. Yeah. Just more in control of the tactics now. So you see a little bit more of his tactical side and what he wants out of his team.
Mm-hmm. Does the high pressing style suit you as a forward?
Yeah, I've always been on the high pressing teams in my life, to be honest. Even from the academy, like at Dallas, we would always play a high press, cut off the team, try to put them into traps. So it definitely suits me, I'd say. And I enjoy that because you want to win the ball up high up the field, and then from there you can counterattack and you have all your numbers forward already.
Mm-hmm. How about that winger role? Devin's spoken a little bit about you having to adapt to that. How has that felt for you?
I mean, it feels like I have to adapt because I haven't played it at all this year, for sure. Like, at the start of the year, I only played 9 off the bench. But a lot of the last year, I played winger majority of the time. Like, it was rare for me to play 9 last year because we had a 9 who was kind of on fire at Memphis. So whenever I was starting games, I would be on the right wing or the left wing. So, I mean, it's definitely adapting, getting back into it, but it's a position I'm familiar with.
Yeah. We've seen the last 2 games, ostensibly we have 3 number 9s on the roster, right? Between you, Johnny, and Steph. All 3 of you are on the field together, and he's sort of fit all of 3 of you on the field at the same time. What do you think of how he sets that up with Steph more as a target man, Johnny kind of as a floater, you as a winger? Not necessarily like it could be a different combination. You could play in a different spot as well. Yeah. What do you think of how he had that front 4 set up?
I mean, I like it. Yeah, I think like you said, we do kind of have 3 9s in there, so it's how you kind of position them. And out of those 3, I would put myself on the right. Like, I think that I'm more of a natural winger than Johnny or Steph. And then obviously you have Johnny playing a deeper role than he's used to, but he's doing a good job at it, and he can play that position. Yeah. So I mean, I like how it's set up right now.
Yeah. I think it makes a lot of sense. It's your 5th goal of the season, by the way, just to circle back to that goal. And it's your 4th goal after the 70th minute. A lot of that is kind of you were coming off the bench a lot, so naturally you're going to be scoring later goals. But you've scored against Spokane. That was the 51st minute. That's your only one that's before the 70th. AV Alta, 73rd. New Mexico, 74th. Indy 11 was the 90th minute game winner, of course. And Orange County was the 90+ third game winner as well. So, yeah, you just have an ability to deliver in clutch moments.
I mean, yeah, for sure. Like, the later in the game it gets, it opens up more. And I see myself as a little bit of a poacher. And, like, in those times late in the game, defenders less likely to sprint to a ball, or he's maybe a little more tired. So that's a time you can really get in behind them. And so I definitely, my mentality when it gets later in the game like that, is I'm looking for a goal, especially when it's a tight game, like tied up or we're down a goal. Maybe you're just looking for a goal as a forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's rewind the clock here. Let's talk about how you got to that mentality and how you've gotten to this point in your career. So let's go all the way back to Birmingham, Alabama, where you were born and raised till about 12 or 13 years old.
Yeah, I mean, no, I was born in Birmingham, but I didn't really grow up there.
Okay.
I moved away whenever I was like 2.
Oh, okay.
My younger sister was born, and then we moved like 6 months after that.
Where
so
to?
I was like 2. We moved to Mississippi.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Hattiesburg,
Okay.
Mississippi.
Okay, so you spent from like 2 to 12 in Mississippi in that
Yeah,
case. Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
I lived in 2 different places in Mississippi. So from like 2 to 12, I was in Mississippi.
Is that would you kind of consider yourself from there then?
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Definitely my childhood year. Like my childhood friends and stuff are all from there.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely would consider that I grew up in Mississippi.
Yeah. What was it like growing up in that town?
I mean, it's just a small little town, you know, like not much going on over there, especially soccer wise, honestly. Like, I don't know how it is anymore, but back then soccer was not a main sport they played.
I mean,
not much
Mississippi
quality
is
going
not
on.
exactly
Yeah.
like
Like
Alabama
whenever I was
too,
playing there, I had to be playing 3-4 years up just to get like a little bit of a competition.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fun growing up there. I liked it. I have a big family too, so it was like
7
a lot
siblings,
of
right?
Yeah, 6 siblings,
Oh,
7
you're the
kids in
seventh.
front of me,
Yeah,
including
okay.
me. Yeah, so just kind of a small town vibe. Not much going on.
Are you the youngest, or where are you?
I'm
that
like in the
order?
middle, third oldest.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the other siblings doing? Was anyone else in soccer, or were you the
They
only
all
one?
played soccer.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone in my family played soccer besides one,
Mm-hmm.
I think. But nobody else is still playing.
Yeah.
They all kind of went on their path to stop playing, you know. They're working regular jobs now.
Yeah. I saw a note on your Wikipedia page that you were homeschooled. Is that
Yeah, I was
accurate?
homeschooled, yeah.
Okay.
I was homeschooled.
Was that your mom or your dad doing that?
My mom
or-
did it, and
Okay.
then my dad did it. It was like kind of switched a little
Yeah.
bit.
It's a lot of kids.
A lot of it was online too. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of kids to manage
Yeah, it
doing
is.
homeschool.
It
It's not
is
just
a
like,
lot.
oh, I have like
That's why it was like, it was a
child.
lot of online programs on the computer. Like, you could just do it on the computer.
Okay. Got you. Very, very interesting. What was that like being like a homeschooled kid growing up?
I mean, I liked it a lot, to be honest, because I could train. And then especially like with COVID too, like everyone kind of went to online anyways after that.
Right.
Everyone that was around on my team at FC Dallas kind of went to online and stuff like that. So then it became more normal. But I don't know. It was nice. Like,
Yeah.
I definitely think with homeschooling, you miss out on the social side a little bit. But I had the sports. So like I was hanging out with my friends on FC Dallas or on my teams that I was at. So I had that aspect, and like they all had their school friends, so I would go hang out with them and stuff.
Yeah. So you mentioned FC Dallas because you joined FC Dallas in 2017. So you would have been 12.
Yeah, I was 12 when I went
at the
there.
time.
Yeah,
Did you move there? Like, were you?
yeah, we
on the
moved there.
residency?
We moved there.
Oh, the family.
My
moved
family
there.
moved there. Yeah, my
Oh,
family moved there.
okay.
I mean, my family's kind of already looking for a place to move, and then my club actually at at Jackson, got me a tryout with FC Dallas. Like they had a connection with them somehow, and they sent like 3 players from our club over there, and then within like 2 days they were like, oh, we want you to come here for the next season. And then like we had a year to think about it, and then my parents figured out a plan to move over there and stuff. And then just from there I was in Dallas now.
Wow, what did your parents do for work? How were they able to?
My dad's a professor.
Okay.
Yeah, he has I don't know honestly what he has a PhD in, but he has a PhD in something.
He's a doctor. That's the important part.
And then my mom, she just like usually works as a manager in like different companies.
Yeah, so they were able to like swing new
Yeah,
jobs in the area and kind of help make the dream come true.
Yep.
Right. That's crazy. So, okay, so you joined FC Dallas. Was that a big culture shock when you walk? I mean, you're a 12, 13-year-old and you're playing in Jackson, Mississippi, and all of a sudden you go to FC Dallas. They had just sold Weston McKinney to FC Schalke the year before. So you're walking into arguably at that time the best academy in Major League Soccer. What was that like?
I mean, it was crazy, honestly. Like you said, a culture shock. Like I was not used to it at all. Like I'm walking from Mississippi where soccer's whatever, and then you come into FC Dallas Academy and it's like life over there in Dallas. Like it's kind of a culture in Dallas a little bit. You got a lot of the Hispanic players and stuff, and like so many teams in Dallas playing soccer all the time. And then you walk into that and it's like, honestly, from 12, like it felt like I was a pro. Like it felt like the same environment as now already. Like you're fighting for playing time. Like they don't have to play you.
Yeah.
in that game. Even as a 12-year-old, like you're walking away from a game not playing, unrostered, and you're just like sitting there like, damn, this isn't just a sport for fun anymore. Like,
do you feel like that helped to develop your mentality early
definitely.
on? Yeah,
definitely.
Like, what do you have like any standout experience of like getting benched or just like not playing for an extended stretch of time? Or
Yeah, I mean, whenever I first went to FC Dallas, I didn't play the first 3 games. Like, I was a new kid coming from Mississippi, and like I was always a midfielder too when I was young growing up, and then straight away they changed me to a left back.
Oh, okay, wow.
Yeah, and so I was playing deeper in the field, and then in training I would score a bunch of goals. So then they eventually moved me up to forward.
Okay.
And then, yeah, throughout like the first 3 games I didn't play, and then I was just sitting there like, damn, like I've never would not played a game in my life. Like in Mississippi, first of all, I was like the best player there.
Yeah.
So I'm playing every game, every minute, and now I'm like sitting there and just watching a game. Like, this sucks.
Yeah.
This sucks. And then I remember, like, after that, I started scoring a lot of goals, and then it definitely went up from there. But it like goes up and down in soccer, you know. Like, there's a lot of times you're on the bench and you can't get on the field, and then you just have to take that moment whenever you're playing to really do something to prove yourself.
Yeah. So as you go through, you kind of move through the age groups. Yeah. What from that early time? I'm thinking like that first year or two. Who was your coach? Who were your teammates?
My coach actually, the first year I went there was Peter Lucin.
Okay.
And he was actually the head coach of SC Dallas last year.
Wow.
Yeah. He's not anymore. Yeah. But he was a head coach last year. And yeah, whenever I first came in, like, he was a serious guy. Like, and he played for many teams like PSG, Marseille, all these teams. So he's coming in, and that's when I really feel like I learned about soccer. Like, before I knew I like could play with my feet, and like I had good technique and all that, and you can dribble and whatever. But when I first came to Dallas, when I like really learned about tactics and like there's more to soccer than just like you're kind of good and you can dribble past somebody.
Yeah. That tactical education is a real shock at that age too.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand it too, that like don't play soccer and stuff. Like the tactics is such a big part of the game. Like just you only touch the ball maybe a minute throughout the game. Like you have the ball at your feet, and the rest you're just running around, whether you're on the ball, your team's on the ball, or whether your team's defending.
Yeah. It's interesting too, right? Because it's very different than most American sports, which can be very rote memorization. Yeah. It's a lot of micro decisions, a lot of like, how am I a part of the broader whole, and how do I impact this? Like, how do I move this player to create space for another player? And it's just a lot of that, right? And that isn't something that you can just learn and be like, okay, I'm good, because you have to kind of fail at that over and over again to learn, okay, that I made that decision in that moment and it had this cascading effect, and I make a different decision in the future. But no one situation is alike, so it's very challenging.
There's so much flow going on soccer compared to other sports, like with 11 moving pieces on each team at all times. It's just like different. Like you have basketball, which is like 5-on-5, but 11 on a big field is a lot to deal with, like mentally. Yeah.
As you started to grow up in the FC Dallas Academy, because obviously when you're 12 and 13, right, like there's a lot of movement. It's still a little bit more development focused. But as you started to get older, did you start to feel the pressure of like, okay, I need to be seeking out a homegrown contract. I need to be like, you know, am I falling behind? Am I ahead compared to like these other individuals? What was that experience like in that academy?
I never really felt the pressure of it, I feel like. Because I was one of the younger guys to go from my team. Like I was one of the first guys to start going up to the pro teams to train with them and stuff. So I never really say like I felt the pressure of I need to, but you always feel the pressure of like you need to perform. Like especially at Dallas, they had high expectations for those teams. Like whenever you're going into a big tournament like GA Cup or like playoffs at the end of the year, they have expectations for you. Like you guys need to win this or we're going to be pissed. So it was a lot of pressure in terms of that, but like it was still fun for me then. Like, I mean, not that it's not now, obviously, but like at that point, it wasn't like I didn't think of it as serious back then. I just wanted to be out there and just play every game like I do now. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really feel pressure back then, I would say.
Yeah. When was the first time you jumped up into a pro training session?
I was like 15.
Okay. And with the first team?
Yeah, started training with the first team.
Wow. Okay. What was that? I mean, that
was whenever I first started feeling it. Whenever I was 15, showing up with the MLS guys, that was different for sure.
What was different about it? Do you remember anything?
Just
from
the
that time?
intensity and like how much it meant to these guys. Like you don't feel a lot of pressure when you're younger, I feel like, in the academy, because there's not a lot of accountability a lot of the times. Like you don't have guys on your team like holding you accountable. So when you show up to the first team as a 15-year-old, like you make one mistake, they're all on your ass. Like they're all at you. Yeah, they don't care how old you are. They don't care. But you have a lot of the guys too that are nice to you. Like they came up from the academy. I remember Paxton. He was there helping me out a lot. You had like Jesus and them. So it was a good transition in there. Like, and I didn't feel too much pressure, but it was definitely way more intense than I was used to. Obviously.
Yeah, we talked about that with Joe Zhao. He said when he made the jump up to the Dortmund first team, and he said like you would miss an open goal shot, and people would be asking you to get thrown out of training. Like it's serious, and they take it very seriously.
No, and they would throw you out of training too. Like if you're doing bad enough, the coach would just tell you go back. Like and everyone be yelling at you, go back to the academy. Like then you got to come out the next day and prove out why you're there, like why you want to be there.
Man, yeah, that is the real value of being in an academy like that, right? Like. And not just like being a part of a youth team and then going through the college ranks. And it's like seeing what it takes to be a professional and like, can you deliver? Because some people crack under that kind of pressure, right? Like you see people crack.
That's what I like to, I agree with that. Like being a part of the academy is just, there's so much opportunity involved in it. Like even me, I got called into the first team at that age, but like before I wasn't like one of the biggest guys on that academy team. Like I wasn't one of the main guys on that team. It just like happened that year I started having a breakout year and I was scoring every game, like multiple goals and stuff like that. And then the first team calls me in and I just get a call from the director. And just like that, you're training with the first team now and you have your chance.
Yeah. Talk me through that kind of transition. So you start training with the first team at 15. Spoiler alert, you leave FC Dallas as a 17-year-old to sign with Memphis. That 2 years right there where you start training, what was your pathway and what were you thinking about in terms of turning pro or any of that type of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I was from the first second I got, like from the first time I got called up to the first team, every week from then I would be training with a pro team, like whether it's MLS team or the second team, which was at League One at that point whenever I was training with them.
North Texas FC,
yeah, North Texas. The first year was League One and then they made Next Pro and stuff. But yeah, then it was just normal for me to be every week with a pro team. And so it's just that training environment every week. And like I would play games with the academy still.
Right.
So I would like show up on a Friday, train with the academy and then play a game with them.
Yeah. It looked, and you went on a couple of trips too. I mean, I saw in there that you guys won the 2019 like Bayern Adidas Campus Cup. That was in Munich, so that was like a big away trip, right? Yeah. Yeah. What was that?
That was an amazing experience, honestly. And like at Dallas, that team that I was on was a really good team, honestly, really quality team. And so we went to Bayern, and that was a really fun experience. I remember like seeing their whole campus and stuff is crazy. Their campus is insane. And there was so many big teams at that tournament. And that was the first time I really played against like European teams like that at the youth level. I remember we played against Benfica, we played against Juve, all these teams. And like I said, our team was quality, so we ended up winning the whole thing.
Are any notable names on that team that you were playing with?
I don't know. Like back then, I didn't really like pay attention to who on my team. I thought you were talking about like on Juve or whatever.
I mean, I'd be impressed if you remembered
we have one guy who's playing on FC Dallas first team now, Nolan Norris. He plays a lot of minutes for them. And other guys like signed homegrowns around there and stuff. But nobody like really broke out into the pro scene yet.
Yeah. Okay, so you kind of have that experience in 2019, and you're continuing to develop through. I mean, any thought of like, was there any frustration that you weren't getting appearances with North Texas SC or anything
there definitely
like that?
was. I thought I like because I would be going every year, obviously, like the preseason with them and stuff. And I would be scoring goals in preseason. Like I would be scoring goals in the games that we're playing. I remember we played against Tulsa, I had a goal and assist. Played against El Paso, I had a goal, and then I was frustrated because I never even made my debut at Dallas, really. Like, I couldn't ever get out there. Never even made a roster.
Yeah.
And so my decision to leave really was just like, there was a lot of change going on with the coaches and stuff. And so then I stopped getting called up to train with the pro teams. And then from there, I was just like, all right, well, called my agent, get another opportunity.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, you're still only 17 years old at this point. So I guess for you, there was never any thought of like, oh, maybe I'll like go to college as a backup. Like you were sight set on being
Yeah,
pro.
yeah, I wanted to play pro.
Yeah. So that was an easy decision in that case. How did Memphis come to be then? Like once you tell your agent it's time to go.
I just told my agent it's time to, like, I remember it was like the season ended for the academy, and then they sent out a list of like all the guys who's going to train with the next pro team during the break, and I wasn't on there, and I just hit up my agent and I was like, all right, well, like, time to get out of here probably. Like, I'm not getting the opportunities anymore. So then from there he just started talking to a bunch of teams, and like 2 weeks later I had a trial with Memphis.
You hadn't even graduated high school at this point, though.
Nah.
Yeah. So were you? Did you finish high school? Did you
Yeah,
finish online?
I did it online when I was still doing high school at Memphis.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Incredible. So you go 2-week trial at Memphis. This is under Ben Pierman, who's now the Charleston Battery head coach. Devin Rinsing would have been an assistant coach at the time. That's probably your first time walking into like a trial environment where you're like, oh, I need to like perform so that they sign me. What was that experience? What was that 2-week trial like?
I mean, I went into it pretty confident, honestly, because like just talking to the director before, he like already seen me at a tournament. He saw me at a tournament before with the U19s at FC Dallas, and then him and my agent were talking and whatever. And my agent like was telling me he really likes me already, so just go out there and kind of prove yourself, do what you always do. And so I only trained with the Memphis for like 4 days. And then I was on the flight back, and he told me that they were going to sign me.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was a pretty quick process, honestly.
Was that a cool moment? Like
yeah.
Just signing your first pro deal maybe with your family, or what was that like?
It was a good moment for sure. Like finally signing it. I signed before like little academy contracts that like you're eligible to play with the first team or whatever. But signing the first official one was nice.
Yeah, that's cool. So this is 2022. You signed in August. So this is the middle of the season when you went on trial. So you kind of got dropped straight in. Yeah. And then, how long until you made your debut? Were you training for a while or? So
I was training with them on trial for like 4 days. And then I had my flight back to Dallas. And then like before I'm even like getting on my flight, the GM called me. Caleb, and he just told me about the contract, whatever, they're going to send it over. So like the next few days was just working out the contract and then signing it and giving it back. And then like 4 days later, I was back in Memphis, just packed up all my stuff, went over there.
Yeah.
And then I remember we had a game against Red Bulls 2 or something. And they told me they just like wanted me to travel with the team.
Yeah.
So I was like, right when I got back to Memphis, we had a game against Red Bulls 2, and then I just traveled with the team. And it was like my first time traveling with the pro environment. It was cool.
Yeah. And then the next game is a home game against Hartford Athletic, where you make your debut. We were walking over here, and Eunice Budati played in this game for Hartford, and he wanted to make sure we talked about it. But I have the video as well, and I'm sure you remember this goal well.
1,000 times.
I mean, talk me through this goal as it plays through. Just what you see from here.
Yeah. What a moment.
Yeah.
What a moment.
We'll let this play through, but I mean, you can see it on your face. I mean, this is your debut. Like you've just signed your first pro contract like a week before this. You've gone on the team. You get into this game at the end, and you score a bicycle kick.
Yeah, and I got lucky to make my debut. Like I was speaking about how I went on that trip to Red Bulls 2, and in that trip, it just happened that our striker, Philip Goodrum, he got a yellow card, and he was like on yellow card suspension the next game. So now we had to start our second striker, and he's not fit, so I know he's probably not going to go 90. So, like, I know I'm going to make my debut now, which was nice. It was nice going into that game knowing I'm going to play a little bit.
Yeah. Helps the mentality as well. Like, you can kind of
because now you're just mentally preparing, like, I want to score tonight on my debut. Like, I want to score tonight. I know I'm going to at least get, like, 10, 15 minutes. I ended up getting 30, which was nice. But
Is this still the best pro goal you've scored?
Nah.
No, you don't think so?
Nah.
What's the best goal you've scored?
I think the one against AV Alta. This year.
Yeah.
I think I would take that one as best goal I scored.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of my favorite moments, though.
Yeah.
That's probably my second favorite goal that I've scored.
Just in terms of, like, memories, right?
Yeah.
Like, so then you go on this year, you make 7 appearances, you scored 2 goals. You also scored in a 5-0 win over the Battery. And I looked up this game too, because I looked up this goal not knowing it was Bike, and I was like, oh, holy crap. And so maybe I should look up the other goals. The Battery playing with 8 men in this game. What the hell happened in this game?
Their coach had a red card too.
No way.
Coach, I think their assistant coach had a red. No, there wasn't even I think there was like little fights, like maybe some guy touched somebody on the face and got a red card. But yeah, it was a crazy game that went against the Battery, honestly.
Because I looked at the goal, you score a header, but it looks like a training session.
Yeah.
Because they've only got 8
No,
guys
I would have
there.
been disappointed if I didn't score in that game, honestly. Because I was coming into that game, they had 8 men. I was like, if I don't score in this game, I'm actually going to be disappointed.
Yeah.
I don't even know what happened. I think like a couple last man challenges, red card. It was just crazy, honestly. For a team to be playing with 8 men, I've never played in a game like that before.
I've worked in pro soccer
like
for
one
4
more, and I think
seasons
they
now,
wouldn't
and
have
I've
been
seen
able
that.
to play even. I think one more, and it's like an
automatic forfeit?
Yeah, it's like a forfeit.
Oh,
or
I
something.
wouldn't even think about that being a possibility, but I guess there probably is.
Yeah, I think that might be the rule. I don't know. There's some point where it's a forfeit.
We'll have to look that up and see. Normally what I ask guys is, once you sign your first pro contract, is like, was there any like welcome to the pros moment? But you kind of already had that training with the first team with FC Dallas. So did you feel like when you stepped into Memphis, you're like, okay, this is a familiar environment for me. I can perform at this level.
Yeah, the training was a familiar environment. Like I was used to all that already, seeing the training and stuff. I think just the games and the responsibility is what hit me, because I was finally playing games at the pro level. I think my first start that year at Miami was whenever it was like, okay, this is what it feels like to be a pro. Like it wasn't academy anymore. Like I was dead after the game. Like you have to run a lot, and so it was definitely different playing in a game.
Yeah, you're playing against grown men. You are beat up and playing against 6'4" strikers.
And I was tiny back then.
Yeah, yeah, you look a lot different in some of these highlights. That was Ben Pierman, who's obviously become a big name in this league because of the success he led Memphis to, and then has subsequently kind of made Charleston Battery into a powerhouse in the East. What was it like playing under him?
Yeah, I mean, I only played under him for a short time, but I knew a lot of those guys well at Memphis, and they just loved him. Like, they just really wanted to play for him. And I think that's one of the biggest pulls he has as a coach. Like, his tactics are obviously on point in the way he plays, but I think that the way he just gets everything out of his players is unbelievable. Like, I think those guys loved him. Like, all those players I played with, they came back the next year after he was at Charleston, obviously, and yeah, he's just an amazing guy.
Yeah, you guys had an incredible roster, by the way, because Philip Goodrum, who was like ripping the league apart with Louisville. Yeah. Aaron Malloy, who's arguably the best midfielder for the Battery right now. I don't know who else was on this.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that Battery roster is those guys we had that year.
Yeah, so that was a good team.
Really good team. And we fell that year in such a disappointing way. Like, not to call out my friend Malloy here, but like we had a penalty last minute to go through to the next round in the playoffs. We were playing Tampa. This was if we win, we're in the conference final. And we had a penalty last minute to win the game. And Aaron's taking the penalty. Their keeper saves it. And then they go down the other side on a counterattack. And then we foul them in the box, and they get a penalty to win it last minute.
Oh,
and then we're just out like that. It's terrible.
Brutal. I mean, I was looking through the other playoff appearances. You guys kind of had some playoff heartbreak.
Yeah.
Throughout your time here. I mean, we'll just skip ahead, but end of 2023, you lost in penalties to Louisville City, 5-4 in penalties. The 2024 season, which was your last season there, you also lost in extra time to Orange County. You guys had some playoff heartbreaks during your time.
Yeah, we did for sure.
Let's talk about 2023 though, because 2023 is your first full professional season. You made 33 appearances across all competitions, got 5 goals, 3 assists. What did you learn about yourself? Kind of it's different, and it's a different impact to your body playing 30 plus games over the course of an entire year. Did you learn anything about yourself during that season in 2023?
I mean, in terms of my body, nah. Yeah. I always feel like I'm pretty good, honestly. I'm still feel the youth in me. After all those games, I felt fine. I felt like I could play another game on Wednesday every week. I could play 2 games a week.
You were 18.
Yeah,
right? So
exactly.
it's the classic, you
yeah, exactly.
Back.
I just wanted to play. I remember there was a stretch there where a lot of those goals came from one run of form. I had one run of form where I started 5 games in a row, and I had 3 goals, 3 assists in that time, and I just wanted to be out on the field every week, just 2 times a week. I wish we had a game. But in that year, I just it just felt good for me, honestly, to finally get a decent amount of goals. I mean, 5 is all right. I wish I could add more, but 5 and 3 is not bad, and it just felt good, like helping the team win in those games.
Yeah.
Because before, like you said, when I was younger, like I had 2 goals that year, and they kind of not to say they were meaningless, but like one was just to make it 3-1, and then one was in a game where they had 8 men.
Right.
So that year felt good because I had some big time goals. Like I remember I had a goal that year against Atlanta United.
I was going to call that one out.
Yeah.
That's a 100th minute
That's
extra time
my
win
favorite
in the Open
moment,
Cup.
by the way. That tops a bicycle. That goal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that goal.
I didn't look that goal video up. What is that?
It was a pretty good goal, honestly.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good goal. Somebody crossed it in, and I hit it first time on the volley with my left foot. But just a moment, like in overtime to beat an MLS team.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
That is after, by the way, Philip Goodrum scoring in the 96th minute equalized to send it to overtime.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was going into that game, like we were down 1-0. Coach is subbing me in like the 90th minute. Just kind of like last hope coming. And then we end up getting a penalty. And now it's tied. So now we're going to overtime. Like I went from I'm maybe playing like 2 minutes here to I'm playing the whole overtime.
Yeah, to now I have a half hour.
Yeah.
So, yeah, was that, I mean, because you scored in the 100th minute, which is fairly early in overtime. So then you guys were you under pressure a lot of the rest of that game, or what was the flow of that game?
Honestly, not really. Like we weren't under the most pressure in that game. Like it was, we saw the game out pretty comfortably. I feel like there wasn't that much like times where I thought we were going to lose it.
Yeah. I feel like the other real big moment that stood out to me when I was looking through your stats for this year was a goal and assist in a 2-1 win over FC Tulsa. So you scored a goal in the 51st minute, and then you assisted Aaron Malloy. So it's kind of like a single-handed, like you're involved in both goals in a significant game, which is what you're talking about, right? Like not just scoring garbage time goals,
exactly.
but like winning games for the team.
And then I had another one. I don't know because it's weird sometimes on those apps, but it doesn't account it. But we beat Louisville away to 3-1, I think.
Yeah.
And I had a goal and assist in that game too.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like those games felt nice, like to establish myself as a player, really.
Yeah. Do you feel that way as a striker? You mentioned it earlier where you had a stretch where you scored 3 goals and 3 assists in a couple games. Just like once you get hot, do they just come easier?
Yeah, they do for sure. Like that mentality of just getting hot is what you want as a striker. You want that form.
Yeah.
And like that excitement, like that's why I like my position so much, is because it's just such an exciting position. I feel like every game's an opportunity to go out there and do something. Like you still have a lot of responsibility in defense and in the build-up play, but that excitement, like I could go out there this weekend and score 3 goals. Like come home with the match ball.
Yeah. Going into the third season, 2024, which is last year. So you're a 19-year-old that year. Almost the same stat line. You've made 30 appearances, 5 goals again. What was that? Like, did you feel like you took a step forward that season, or do you look back on that season and go, I wish I could have gotten more? Or what do you reflect on for that 2024 season? Yeah,
I mean, I definitely wish I could have gotten more out of last season, for sure. I mean, I'm happy with putting up 5 goals. I mean, it's always decent as a striker to score 5 goals. Like, at least you felt the net that year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I had some moments in there where I could have put some more in, and could have put some better performances in, and yeah, so I'm a little bit disappointed, but overall, like, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, notably you scored against the Lights in the first game of the season.
See, that's I was buzzing after that first game, 1 goal.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
everything's the keeper handed it to me a little bit, but
yeah. Was that wasn't Nico or Reiko?
No.
It was Warmel, probably.
Yeah,
it was also
Warmel.
Yeah, okay. So no one else still on the roster that you can give crap to about that one.
No, not about that
goal. You got your first youth national team appearances during this time. That was March 2024. You played 2 U19 friendlies against England and Morocco. What was how did that come to be?
I mean, that all came pretty quick. Like I just got a call from my director, and then he said, "You're going to Morocco in like 5 days." I was like, all right.
Sure, bro, sounds
cool.
good.
Yeah, I'm hyped.
Yeah.
All right. So we played a game on Saturday. I think it might have been that Vegas game, and then I went right after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was exciting time, honestly. Playing with the national team's the best. Like putting on the crest. It feels unbelievable.
Was that your first? I mean, you weren't in any camps.
I was in camps before? A lot. I never really like played games with the team, but I was in camp since I was like 15.
Okay, so you'd been like in and around the picture and had like, but you just hadn't appeared in a game. And
no, I just never like actually played in a game.
Yeah. Was there like walking out and playing in that first game? Was there
Yeah.
like a real feeling of like, whoa, this is cool?
Yeah, this is cool because it was us versus England.
Yeah.
Geez, playing against England. These guys like played Prem games and stuff. A lot of these guys we were playing against. So that was super cool.
Yeah. U20 World Cup's coming up this year. Any like ambitions to get back into that roster?
I don't know if I'm still U20 now though.
I think you're eligible.
Really?
Yeah, because you don't turn 21 until January.
Yeah.
So I think you're eligible for the team.
Okay.
But I mean, maybe that's the answer in and of itself. Maybe that's not really on your radar.
I mean, it definitely is. I mean, all I can do is come out there every game and put in performances, and if they call me up, they'll call me up. I mean, if I go out here and start going on a crazy run of form, I'm sure they'll call me up.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's always my goal. I mean, it's not like my main goal, but my main goal is just to go out there and put in performances every week.
Yeah, and then
go out there and help our team win.
And then what happens will happen.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's just how it goes. Especially as a striker. Usually.
Yeah.
I just got to score goals.
Exactly.
If I score goals, then the call ups will come at that point. I'm really interested. My last thing on this 2024 season, before we start talking about you coming to Vegas, is obviously Memphis 901 folds at the end of that 2024 season. When did you guys first get the rumblings that you're like, "Ooh, this is it. Like, the team's going to be over."
I kind of heard it before a lot of people. Like, I just happened to hear it from my agent, and I guess he heard it from somebody. So I knew like a month before we folded, I heard a rumor. So I didn't know for sure, and then after our season ended, whatever, we had like our exit meetings. Like the club didn't even know. Like our GM didn't even know. Like he's talking about in the exit meeting, we're picking up your option. You're coming back next year. All this, and then like our season ends, and then I drive back with my friend to Santa Barbara because that's where he lives at. So like I was going there for a week to hang out with him, and then while I was there, it got announced that Santa Barbara bought our team. As I'm in Santa Barbara, kind of funny actually. It's a little coincidence.
Yeah, that is crazy.
And so then, I mean, I already kind of knew. Like I heard rumors, and then from there, you're just a free agent.
So it wasn't really a situation where the team knew that it was folding and that playoff run was like the last chance.
Yeah,
like you guys.
No, it wasn't a situation at all like that. Yeah. No, like our GM like had our exit meetings and like picked up a bunch of guys' options. Like he didn't even know. Like he was surprised when it happened.
Yeah.
And I kind of already knew. Like I kind of knew before him even. So it was definitely a weird situation.
Yeah. I mean,
like I don't know if I'm supposed to say it or not, but like I was definitely happy about that.
Yeah.
Like as a player to get out of that contract.
Yeah.
I wanted a new step in my career, so I was not disappointed. I was pretty excited for that.
Yeah, it kind of gives you, because you were under club control, right? That's how these contracts work. Is if there's a club option, then like you're not under, like you don't control your own.
No,
destiny.
exactly. Like I just have to go back there because they want me back. Right. I have no other choice.
Yeah, exactly. So you become a free agent, and I mean, I know when we signed you, and our sporting director John Nelia spoke about the fact that like he was excited to get you because players like you at your age aren't available for as free agents. Like that just doesn't happen, right? It only happens because they would have wanted to sign you a new contract, get you on a transfer fee, or you would have had to write out your contract there. How did you land on Las Vegas? Because obviously as a free agent, I'm sure that people are picking up the phone. Yeah. So how did this end up being the right spot?
I mean, just talking to Gian, I remember like obviously right whenever it happened, it's just a shock. Like I'm a free agent now for the first time in my career, really. And so obviously I was talking to a lot of teams during the off season, and I was just looking for the best contract that suited me, and like talking to the GMs and talking to the coaches and stuff. And I think Vegas just suited me because I mean I was talking to Gian, and they seemed like they really wanted me. The contract was good that they were offering, and I saw Vegas last year too, which was a big thing, and I saw the way they played in that possession style. And unfortunately, like when I came in, it wasn't what I thought, to be honest. So it was a little bit disappointing in terms of that. But I came in first because I just saw that Vegas project, like second place in the league last year, and I wanted to be a part of that. I always want to be on a winning team. Yeah,
absolutely. So maybe half a season too late, but hopefully it's heading in the right direction at this point.
You know? I mean, that's the thing with this league is just make playoffs. Just make playoffs and anything can happen. Who knows? Like Phoenix won the league when they were like sixth place a few years ago.
Yeah, I think Orange County did it from eighth place as well.
Just make playoffs is the most important thing in this league, and who knows from there? It's a playoff. Once you make playoffs, it's win or go home, and you can win 4 games in a row.
very easily.
Yeah.
Right. Like, and especially, I think they say that about playoffs everywhere, right? Like, oh, just get in and you have a chance. But especially in this league,
I agree with you.
Given that it's single elimination, there's no bye. You don't get a free game as the top seed. You just get home field advantage, and that's it. But I mean, you can go win 4. You can be the 8 seed and go win 4 away games. Boom, done. Like, that's it.
No, exactly. And I mean, I was at Memphis, and for the 3 years, we always had a home playoff game, and we didn't do anything out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter what spot you're in. Like, obviously, you want to be in that higher seed because it gives you the advantage playing against teams that have less points, blah, 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 playing at home, which is nice. But once you're in there, I mean, it's just it's a tournament from there. It's not even a league anymore. It's just a tournament now.
Especially with how tight this league is. And I think especially this year, like looking at the Western Conference table, no one's really running. FC Tulsa are starting to separate at the top right now, but no one's running away with it like Charleston and Louisville in the Eastern Conference. Like, if you're in the playoffs, they're like, okay, we don't really want to be 7 or 8 because you don't really want to have to play Charleston or Louisville in the first round. But over here, especially in the West, anyone can beat anyone on it.
And it's worked out nice for us, obviously, because like you see 12 on our standings, and it's not what you want to see at all. But the fact we're not even still have a chance, but we're still in it. Like we're not even out of it at all. Really, we're 5 points away from a playoff spot. That's not far at all.
You're not even really out of like the home playoff game conversation.
Yeah, you're not even out of a home playoff game, man.
Like the people in 3rd and 4th are like within 5, 6, 7 points.
This side of the league is definitely it's tight over here, and it's worked out nice for us, considering how our season's gone.
Yeah.
So it's given us a really good opportunity here with 10 games left. Like 10 games is more than enough to do what we need to do.
Yeah.
We could do it in 3 games.
Yeah, and the last 3 games of the season too are Oakland, Monterey, and Colorado, which are 3 teams that are going to be battling for that.
Those are going to be
big
big games,
right? So it's like you have a 6-point swing opportunity with all of it. Lexington's coming up, like that's another team that's in and around these spots. So you've got a lot of 6-pointer games coming up. Not playing a lot of the guys that are 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
And I think that we just have to take advantage of those games heavy. Honestly, we have to knock those teams down and put ourselves back up.
Yeah,
like our coach says, you have to bully and not be bullied. He said that recently. But yeah, we have to get out there, especially in those games, and just we got to drop them down and get up.
Yeah,
like 6-pointer games, like you said, big.
Before we wrap up, let's talk about you personally a little bit in Vegas, because we talked a lot about like, okay, 5 goals in 2024, 5 goals in 2023, 2 goals in 2022. You've already scored 5 goals this season in way less appearances in only 18 games. So do you feel like you've been able to take a step forward? Because you haven't, especially early on, didn't have the game time I'm sure you would have wanted. But now, like, more in the picture under Devin's leadership, what are you targeting? Like, are you targeting a goal tally?
I mean, targeting a goal tally. I mean, I want 20 goals. I want 20 goals. I mean, no, I'm not. Like, I never really set an expectation of how many goals I want. I just go into every single game. I'm not thinking about next weekend. I'm thinking about this weekend. I want 3 goals this weekend. Yeah. Like, I want to win this game 5-0. I have 3 goals and Johnny has 2 or whatever. Like, I just want to go out there every weekend, and that's how I prepare. It's like, just be excited for now. Like, I'm not thinking about the season or thinking about how many goals are going to be next to my name at the end of the year. Yeah. I just want to go next to my name this weekend. Speaking of Johnny, which, crucially, you 3 goals, Johnny 2, so that you're a man of the match. Yeah, obviously. I want the ball. But, playing with Johnny, who's scored 12 goals, and he's really produced in this league. Is there anything you've taken from him? Like, as you've seen him operate in training, operating games, are you learning anything from him? Maybe from Philip Goodrum previously? Like, what have you taken from those strikers that you're instituting into your game? Yeah, I mean, you do watch them in training, definitely, and like you kind of take mental notes. And I just see I watch a lot of their movement. Because that's obviously how you get into position to score as a striker, especially as a 9. You don't have a lot of space. Like, you usually have 2 center backs on you. So just the way they move around the box. And Philip Goodrum was a little different because he was more of a brute guy. Like, he would go into players more, and Johnny's more of a poacher, I'd say. But he also has that same ability Phil had. So I'm watching that for sure. Yeah. And I try to model a little bit off that, but I feel like I'm a different type of player, kind of. So like, I like to run in behind a little more than they do, and like make those cutting runs, like that goal I had on my debut, like where Gennaro played in behind. I like to make those runs a lot of the time. Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, I feel like you and Johnny physically have a really similar profile,
Mhm.
right? And like finding space in the box is similar, but Johnny does tend to drop into the pocket more, right? Whereas you tend to ride the defender's last shoulder and stretch the line a little bit more. So, personally, off the field, what's it been like living in Las Vegas?
I mean, it's been good. Obviously, as a 20-year-old, can't like get up
Can't
to
do
that
much.
much in Vegas. Honestly, you're kind of in jail a little bit.
I kind of didn't forget. I kind of forgot about that. That's
yeah,
a little
I can't do anything. So I mean, with my free time, like I like to play a lot of golf. That's what I like to do.
It's a
a
good
lot
golf
of
city.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of golf. It's expensive at times, but it is a big golf city.
Yeah. How good are you?
I'm better this year for sure. I'm better this year. Last year I started. Whenever I started, I was terrible. But now, like, I'll shoot under 90 most times, which is nice.
Okay. Who's playing? Who's playing on the team?
Vaughn plays a lot. Elias, Jack plays, but he's had a wrist problem recently, so he hasn't played. Rory will play sometimes.
Who's the best player?
The best, I think it's me now.
Okay.
I think it's me. I would actually take it that I'm the best.
You've got the best handicap.
Yeah, I think I'm the best, probably.
Okay.
I haven't played with them in a while though. We'll have to go out there and like see who's actually the best now. But I would actually put money on it being me now.
Are you going out on your own a lot then? Or
I go out on my own, or I have this random guy I go with sometimes actually, because I got this like membership at a golf club. Because it was like I just went there one time to play, and it was they told me about this deal, and I was like, all right, that's cool.
Yeah.
So then I'll just go play with this random guy that's like I've been playing with for a while now, and it's just because I like to go out there and kind of like. We don't chat that much. Like we'll talk about the golf a little bit or like chat here and there, but it's nice to just like be out in nature and clear your mind a little bit after training.
Just switch your brain off a little bit.
Exactly.
Especially here. I mean, I think, that's a little underappreciated. Like the life of a professional athlete is like you come in for less hours than someone would for like a typical like 9 to 5 work day. But when you're here, you have to be like on. Like you are like when you're out there for 2 hours of training, it's hot and you are switched on, and that can be really draining, that monotony of that every single day, every single week.
Because you have to, like, you have no other choice but to like, I mean, I don't know because I've never worked a regular 9 to 5, but I'm sure you can kind of show up like sometimes and your head's like not fully into it and whatever. Like if you show up here and your head's not fully into it, you're gonna get caught up. Like you're gonna get caught out by the coach or by whatever, by a player. It's like not good for you at all.
And it's gonna like kind of spiral.
Yeah,
right?
and
like
it is gonna spiral, and then you're gonna
time.
think it's okay, and like you have to try your best to really come in with a good mentality every single day.
Yeah.
Like whether that's you telling yourself the night before, like I'm gonna come in really work hard tomorrow or whatever, but yeah, you do have to come in locked in every single day.
Yeah, which makes it important then to like take a step back, relax, like do something for your mental health in the afternoons so that you can continue like that level in the mornings at training. So, okay. Final question from me. Have fun in Vegas in January once you turn 21. Maybe not too much fun, but a new phase in the life. But as we look back on this conversation and talk about like you know, born in Alabama, moved to Mississippi, moved to Dallas, moved to Memphis, now to here. As you look back on that and have kind of talked through all of those stops, does anything spring to mind for you that was like really impactful? You look back at one moment and you go, oh, wow, that was like that moment made a real big difference for me and where I am as a human or as a player now.
I mean, I would say just the first time I called up to MLS team.
Sure.
Like, that was whenever you really felt like it felt real. Like when you were young, obviously everyone's like, I want to start playing pro and whatever. And like you play FIFA and you play your little my player career mode. I'm a 16-year-old on Arsenal or whatever. And so like when I first got that call up, it like felt real. Like, okay, I could be on an MLS team like next year. I could be on a homegrown. So that was what I would say to that question, I guess.
Yeah. And just the opportunity to learn what it takes, right? Like get kicked out of a few sessions and figure it out.
I never got kicked out.
Never got kicked out?
No, I never got kicked out.
Do you have a training session where you were like, oh man, like I scored a banger in that training session?
In Dallas?
Yeah. Any like big moment?
Yeah. I mean, of course I scored bangers. Of course I did. I don't know. We had one training session where we did like a little finishing drill after, and it was like a competition finishing drill with the MLS team. And I remember I was just cooking on it. Like I was destroying everyone. It was like a team 2v2 thing, and I remember my team just cooked.
Yeah. That's amazing. I could ask you questions about that all day, but we're coming up on an hour, so it's probably about time for us to wrap up. But Nighte, thanks for this. Appreciate your time. Excited to see how you push on for the rest of the season under Devin, and how the team pushes on as we push towards playoffs. So next opportunity to see Nighte is this Saturday here at Cashman Field against NCFC, 7:30 kickoff as the team, one of the last home games as they push for the playoffs. So thanks very much. We'll see you next time. We'll see you this Saturday.